Good evening, everyone. Let's continue with the second video of the chapter Money, in which today we are going to discuss about the various forms of money, money supply, and some other terminologies used in money. Well, if you remember, in the very first video of money chapter, I had already spoken you about the barter system concept and why did money got introduced. Today, let's talk about some of the various forms of money which we need to study in this chapter. Well, for in this chapter, you need to first know about what is fiat money. Now, what is fiat money? Fiat money is that money which is issued by the order of the government. Let me repeat again. Fiat money is that money which is issued by the order of the government. In simple words, if I say, then it is all the notes and the currency notes and the coins that we use in our daily routine. 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin, 5 rupee coin, 10 rupee coin, 10 rupee note, 20 rupee note, 50 rupee note, 100 rupee note, 500 rupee note, 2000 rupee note. Any note or coin which you see in the market is called as fiat money. All these notes and all these coins are accepted as a medium of exchange. Second, you need to know about the fiduciary money. You need to know about the fiduciary money. Well, fiduciary money is that money which is accepted as a trust, which is accepted as a trust, which is accepted as a medium of exchange because of the trust between the payer and payee. Let me repeat again. Fiduciary money is the money which is accepted as a medium of exchange because of the trust between the payer and the payee. Now, let me give you an example. Suppose there are two people in which one is a buyer and the other is a seller. Suppose the seller sells goods worth of 1000 rupees to the buyer. Now, buyer, instead of paying in cash, gives a check of 1000 rupees and takes the good. Now, you will know that seller will obviously take the check, he will go to the bank, he will deposit the check, and then and only then he will receive money. But still, you see, he has given the goods earlier but gets the payment against the goods at a very future period. Now, he is ready to accept the check only because he has a trust that this check, when deposited in the bank, will give him money. So, this is called as fiduciary money. Third thing which you need to know is money value of money. Let me again repeat. Third thing which you need to know is money value of money. Now, you will see every note or a coin has a value written to it. Like 10 rupee coin, 10 is written on it. 100 rupee note, 100 is written on it. 1 rupee coin, 1 is written on it. So, the value which is written on a coin or on a paper note, which specifies what is the amount of the note or coin, is called as money value of money. Let me repeat again. Money value of money is the value which is there in the coin or on the note which specifies the value of the note or coin. Commodity value of money, it refers to the value of the metal that the money is made of. Like, let's suppose 1 rupee coin. You know, 1 rupee coin, all these coins are made of some metal. So the value of the metal is called as commodity value of money. Commodity value of money is simply the value of the metal from which the money is made of. Now, there are another terminologies that you need to understand in this chapter. The first terminology used is money supply. Well, what is money supply? It is the stock of money held by the people at a particular point of time. It is the stock of money held by the people at a particular point of time. Now, Please understand, this stock of money which is held by people, not by the government or not by the banks. Money supply is the stock of money which is held by the people at a particular point of time. Now, you can raise a question that why not the government? Why not the government and the banks, the money which they hold are included in money supply? This is only because the government and the banks are the producers of money. The banks and the government are the producers of money. Next, let me first of all make you understand of two of the terms which you commonly have heard, but maybe I think you will not be knowing the difference. Well, the two terminologies that we need to discuss in banking chapter is, one is term deposit and another is demand deposit. One is term deposit, another is demand deposit. Like, let's try to understand in this way. I am sure all of you must have heard something called as fixed deposit or FD. Something called as fixed deposit or FD, and you also must have heard something called as savings account. A normal account which every person opens in the bank is called as saving account. Now, this fixed deposits are a part of term deposits and saving accounts are a part of demand deposit. Now, you know, fixed deposits are those which are always for a specific period of time. Fixed deposits or term deposits are those which are made for a specific period of time, while demand deposits are not made for a specific period of time. You want to open today, you want to open an account today, you want to close your account tomorrow, you want to open your account for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, how many number of years you can open a demand deposit. There is no period specific over demand deposit, but term deposits, they are always made for a specific period of time. Secondly, the difference between term deposit and demand deposit is that in fixed deposits you cannot withdraw money as and when needed. In fixed deposits or in term deposits, you cannot withdraw money as and when needed. However, in demand deposits or in savings account, you can withdraw money as many times you wish, provided that much amount should be there in your account. The third difference between term deposit and demand deposits is, in term deposits they are not checkable deposits. Let me repeat, term deposits are not checkable deposits, which means if I have an FD in a bank of 5 lakh rupees and I want to pay someone, let's suppose an amount of 2 lakh, so I cannot issue a check of 2 lakh against my FD. So term deposits are not checkable deposits, but demand deposits are checkable deposits where we can issue checks against whatever the amount which is present in the saving account or in current account. Now, apart from this part, that what are the various types of money, what is the difference between term deposits and demand deposits, there are 3-4 major things that you need to understand over here in this chapter or in terminologies, basic terminologies used. Now, as I told you, who are the producers of the money? The producers of the money are the government and the banking system. The producer and the banking system are the government and the banking system are the producers of the money. There are another 2-3 terms that you need to know about what are the various forms of money, in which the first one is high powered money. Please understand, the word high powered money means the sum total of all the currencies held by people, the cash availability with the banks, and the reserves of the banks with RBI. Let me repeat again. High powered money is that money which is the sum total of the currency which is held by the people, the cash which is there in the banks, and the reserves of the banks which is kept in the RBI. The sum of all these three together are called as high powered money, which is also called as base money, and bank money. The second terminology that you need to study in this topic, in this video, is bank money, which is the demand deposits of the people with the banks. Bank money is the demand deposits of the people which is there with the commercial banks, is called as bank money. It simply means that the checkable deposits which are there in the commercial banks belonging to the people is called as bank money. Now, I told you about what is money supply. It is the stock of money held by the people at a particular point of time. So you see, what can be the components of money supply? See, there are three basic components of money supply. The first one is the currency which is held by public in the form of notes and coins. The currency which is held by the public in the form of notes and coins. Second, the demand deposits of people which is there in the banks. And third are the other deposits which are there existing with RBI. So there are three basic components of money supply. So in this video, I talked about various types of money like fiat money, fiduciary money, bank money, high powered money. I talked about commodity value of money and money value of money. I also talked about the difference between term deposits and demand deposits. I hope with this you'll be able to understand the concepts which are used in the chapter money. Thank you everyone.